Hey guys, welcome back. It's Redox and welcome to the Bronze League. I just hit the Bronze League after playing a couple of games here in the Iron League. I didn't think it was necessary for me to show you guys the games in the Iron League because I think the players were just like really trying to understand and learning like how to move units and how to attack units and stuff like that. So we'll start off from the Bronze League because this is where people or the players start to actually kind of understand the game a little bit better. And I'm going to use 3 barracks and 3 War Factory units. I'm not going to use the Helipad or Tech Lab because that's going to be too easy. So we're going to challenge ourselves and just use the barracks and the War Factory unit. And I'm going to show you guys that this game is really about skill, okay? No matter how high the opponent's units levels may be, and no matter what kind of Tech Lab units he pumps out, unless he is a good player, it's going to be hard for him to beat me just because I'm an experienced player, so I do understand the skill level of the Bronze League players. But as you guys see, my army here, it's going to be a Rifleman level 2. I had to level the Rifleman up from level 1 to 2 because in the tutorial, they force you to level up the Rifleman. So I had to do it. The Missile Squad's at level 3, which is the base level, technically level 1 for rare units, because when you get rare units, they always start at level 3. And I also have the Shockwave at level 3, the Rhino at level 1, the Pitbull at level 3, because this is once again a rare vehicle, and then the Predator tank at level 1. So it's 3 common units at level 1s and the Rifleman at 2, and then 3 rare units at level 3, which is technically level 1 because they always start at level 3. So I'm going to play these games live for you as well, and hopefully me commentating and playing the games live will also help you guys get better at the game. So let's see what happens when we use the most basic army possible here in the Bronze League. I did not upgrade any of my troops at all. The only one I had to upgrade was the Rifleman because of the tutorial. So let's start off with a Harvester. And I can open up with a barrack or a War Factory. This time I'm going to start off with a barrack, and I'm going to build a Rifleman. The great thing about the Rifleman is that they have a 3-tile scouting range. So I can actually see what my opponent is going for. So when I go across the map here, I see he has a War Factory. So he's most likely maybe going to start off with, let's say like a Rhino or a Pitbull. He goes right into the tank. I built a War Factory myself, just in case I wanted to build a tank myself. But in this case, because my tank is at level 1, keep in mind the levels do somewhat matter. But in that case, if the levels do matter, build troops that do very well against these units. For example, the missile launcher does a ton of damage to tanks, while tanks don't do much to missile launchers. Now he's building a missile squad onto my side, so I will use my Rifleman. The Rifleman counters the missile squads because missile squads don't do a lot of damage against other infantry units. They're mainly used to counter vehicles and air units. I built one quick Pitbull to capture the top launch pad, as you guys saw. And as you guys see, the missile's almost done. Focus on getting this missile. So the Pitbull is good against vehicle and air units. They're not good against Predator tanks one-on-one, but the Predator tank was weakened. Now he has a Shockwave to reinforce the top. So let's build a Shockwave, our own heavy infantry, and we're going to drop a minigun and get the minigun to target the Shockwave because that's going to help our Shockwave deal with his Shockwave. So we're going to build another Shockwave here. I moved my Pitbull down to his Harvester to harass his Harvester here because that would stop his economy, of course. And since our Shockwaves are at the same level, you're going to want to either have a Shockwave and a Rifleman attack the same Shockwave or drop in a minigun turret. So I've got his Harvester here, pretty much, and the missile is close to being finished. We're going to drop another minigun turret and make it target the Shockwave. We're going to move another Shockwave to reinforce the top position, and we're going to build a missile squad to deal with those Predator tanks. He is going with mass tanks. Now, he does a great position with positioning that minigun turret. I'm going to move my missile squad around here, and we may actually lose this first turn. Now, I built a Rhino just to kind of hold the launch pads. He moved his missile squad away from that right-hand launch pad. He made a mistake. Never move your unit off that launch pad there because you're going to lose the missile, and that's what he did. If you guys saw on the right-hand side, he moved his missile squad off his launch pad, and I had one unit on my launch pad with none of the enemy units on that launch pad. So me securing my launch pad and then fighting for the middle one while he didn't hold a single launch pad cost him the game there. I mean, he had still a chance to win and secure that missile there because he was in a good position. He definitely did a very good job in lining up his defenses for that northern launch pad with that minigun turret when he dropped it down. But he made a mistake right there when he moved his missile launcher away from his launch pad. Me securing that second missile there, we won the game. Okay, so let's play a second game here, guys. And just to let you guys know, my name is Terran. As you guys know, in all my videos, I'm using the StarCraft 2 Terran music. It's one of my favorite theme music, and that is exactly why I call myself Terran. Now we're gonna this time open up with the War Factory. With the War Factory opening, you can actually build a Rhino first, and the Rhino kind of acts as a more expensive, durable rifleman. It has the same 3-tile range scout. It's a fast-moving unit, and he's got rifleman, so perfect. Even though I did not see what he had earlier, I am able to counter some of his infantry units, and he should be building missile squads to counter my Rhino here. And he drops the minigun turret kind of like in the middle of nowhere, which kind of was a poor play on his side. Now I'm gonna go for missile squads. I see missile squads on his side, and I also saw that War Factory popping up as well. And so he's got possible Predator tanks on his side, most likely. That is what I'm guessing. Now he's going for a whole bunch of them, whole bunch of those missile squads. So the Rhinos, while they're good, because my Rhino is at level 1, keep in mind, and he's at level 4 with his missile squads, my Rhino will die in a fight, 1 versus 1 fight. So I go for a shockwave on the top there, and we're gonna move the shockwave out of that minigun turret range. Keep in mind, you do want to keep it out of the range there, and we're gonna move the Rhino on the bottom here. We're gonna secure this turret, and now I see. Oh, I'm gonna move my missile squad away. We're gonna build another missile squad to go for that tank. Because of course the missile squad will do great against the tank. We'll move our Rhino down here to clear out that rifleman on the bottom hand side. And yeah, we're really not going to be able to use our tanks at all, as these tanks are 2 levels higher. So you don't want to build like this a Predator tank in this case to counter his tank, for example, because his tanks are 2 levels higher than mine. And the missile squad is great against the Predator tank. So definitely pump out the Predator tank. Let's drop a minigun turret here. Oh no, actually we can't. The unit just died. So we're going to move our shockwave down here. We'll build another shockwave. Send it to the top missile launcher. The launch pad there. We're going to send the shockwave on the top launch pad. Deal with these missile squads. Missile squads are not going to do anything against shockwave. It's all about the counter, guys. Now he's got a Wolverine. So we're going to build a Predator tank. Do not build infantry units. If he goes for a Wolverine, because Wolverines will tear apart infantry, but he's not going for the launch pad here at this point, so we've got it secured and we've got it unlocked. So yeah, I just went for a final tank there to take care of that Wolverine, but we win. So a very easy way to counter Wolverines, just to let you guys know, is the Predator tank, because Predator tanks can take down vehicle units quite well, and like the Wolverine is a vehicle unit that doesn't do a lot of damage to vehicles, so that's why the Predator would win in that case. Alright, let's play a third game here. And so that was an example of the War Factory opening. You start with a Rhino and to get that 3-tile vision range, and you can see what your opponent is going for, what unit he's already got on the map. Or you can go for a barrack opening and start with a rifle. That is always kind of what I recommend you guys do. Scout your opponent. That is very important in all of these games. Okay, we are going to go for Harvester again, and we will go for a barrack opening this time. And once again, we'll start off with the Rifleman, and we'll see what he's going for. He's got a rifle. Now, his Rifleman, keep in mind, is 1 level higher than mine. So you never want to march up your Rifleman unit that is lower level to fight that, or he will lose. So I'm going to build a Shockwave here, and a Shockwave is a great anti-infantry unit, can pretty much take care of all infantry units. So we're going to build another Shockwave, and he's going to decide to suicide his Riflemen's here against my Shockwave. It's a fight he's never going to win. So he's got the minigun turret up, so let's move our Shockwaves up. You don't want your Shockwaves to take too much damage there. Now he's going for a Rhino, which is a good counter to Shockwaves. And we're going to build a Pitbull. The Pitbull is one of the fastest counters to them. You can build a Predator tank as well, but the Pitbull is good enough. And he's not going to move his units to these launch pads. always try to capture these launch pads, guys. I can't emphasize how important these launch pads are. Now he's got a level 5 Pitbull, so we're gonna build a Predator tank. You could also go for a missile squad, but the Predator tank, even at level 1, should be able to take care of a level 5 Pitbull. We're gonna build some missile squads as well to deal with some of these other units here. We're gonna build another Predator tank. And I'm going to target the Rhino first, as the Rhino does a lot of anti-infantry damage. But you can see that one Predator tank took out 2 Pitbulls, which are at level 5. So the levels, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, I know people are trying to say, oh, the level matters so much. But if you pump out the right counter, you will take these units out regardless of their level. So, like, look at this. This level 1 will always beat a level 5 Pitbull, no matter what. And now I'm going to build some shockwaves to the top to take care of that. We're going to build a minigun turret at the back here to just kind of help out some of my units here on the bottom. And he's going for a whole bunch of missile squads, so my shockwave will pretty much deal with all of them. And we'll go for another Predator tank here. And I'm going to move my tank a little bit forward up here to tile block him to control this final missile here, and we win. So that's it, guys. Like, the unit level makes your unit stronger, and that's great, but there are always counters to these units. And even though, like, you saw in these games, a lot of my units were actually lower level than my opponents, but I just used the right unit to counter them. For example, in the other games, when I saw my opponent pumping out level 3 Predator tanks, I did not pump out a level 1 Predator tank, because a level 1 Predator tank would not win. You have to be smart about it. So in that case, I pumped out a missile squad, because missile squads will always win Predator tanks no matter what. Most of the times, at least. Alright, let's play one more game here for you guys. I know this is kind of like a long video, but I hope these videos are entertaining, and also they do help you get better as well. That is the whole purpose. I want to make videos that are enjoyable for you guys, and for you guys to learn something as well. Alright, so we'll go for another Harvester opening here, and we're also going to go into a War Factory opening this time. I'm going to just switch it around here and there, and we're going to start off with the Rhino. Of course, because we're going to need to see what he's got, and usually the Rhino is the best way to go, and he's got a Rifleman, perfect. So his level 3 Rifleman won't do much against level 1 Rhinos. So once again, his level is higher on his units, but because I'm using the right units to counter, now I'm going to build a Rifleman because he's got a Missile Squad, and a level 4 Missile Squad will decimate a Rhino, but a level 2 Rifleman will still beat a level 4 Missile Squad. Okay, now he goes for his own Missile Squad, so we're going to back this guy away. We're going to attack him with our Rhino first. We're going to move our Rifleman in. Ooh, he does a good turnaround there. That was good on him. We're going to build a Shockwave, a heavy anti-infantry unit now. And I'm thinking of building that turret, but not yet. We'll build another Shockwave, because he's going for a whole bunch of infantry right now. And we're going to try to hold these launch pads. And a Shockwave is going to be the ultimate infantry counter, so there is no issues with this right now. He's going for a Pitbull, which isn't going to do much. Let's go for one Predator tank. And, you know, just try to hold this off. And the tank, I'll get the tank to clear out his minigun turret, which was not in a good position there. And my Shockwave will take care of that, take care of his missile squad, while my tank will take care of his Pitbull here. And now he goes for Wolverines. Great, so tanks are the best way to go. Now this tank will most likely die though, but he's going for missile squads. So we are going to take care of that missile squad with our Shockwave first. Remember, you don't want to fight, whoops, my units are not moving the right way here. But for Wolverines, you really don't want to fight them with your Shockwaves. So I'm going to continuously pump out tanks. And this missile is almost done, so we really want to try holding on to this. Okay, so let's use our turret. And yeah, I'm going to build a Pitbull, a fast-moving Pitbull now, as the missile is almost done. So let's move the Pitbull here. Let's try to capture the missile. At this point, we're only focusing on capturing this missile. And we capture it because you see my Shockwave on the left-hand side is standing on my launch pad, while he didn't have a single launch pad where it was just his unit standing. So we were able to capture that. So sometimes you've got to go for faster units at the end there. The Pitbull is the faster anti-vehicle weapon, so it would be a wrong choice to build the Predator tank in that case. So that'll be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as you guys see, I went over some basic things like scouting, how to start with the barrack opening, how to start with the war factory opening, and countering enemy units. As you guys saw in this video, like my army, my unit composition were all basic. No epic cards, just common, rare cards. And also, I didn't level any of them up except for the rifleman because I had to due to the tutorial in the beginning of the game. But I can win games with this very basic non-leveled army. They're technically all at their base level. The rare units start at level 3 while the commons start at level 1. And I beat my opponent even though he had higher level units than me. For example, that one fight where my opponent had level 5 Pitbulls, I pumped out a level 1 Predator tank. Even though that Pitbull is 4 levels higher than my tank, there's no way a Pitbull will kill a tank. It just won't happen. Because I know that the tank will always win that fight despite its levels. Yes, the unit level matters and you should be leveling your units, but I wanted to show you guys that the player skill and the countering the units is far more important than just leveling up your units. I can beat opponents that have higher level units than me because I will use the right counters to it. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys in this video, just some basics and also countering correctly on some of these units that you'll see in the Bronze League. And of course we'll see more different types and more variations of Tech Lab and helipad units as I go higher up on the ladder, as I'll see more opponents with newer units as well. So anyways, thanks for watching this video once again, guys. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do leave me a like and leave me a comment as well. And I'll see you guys next time.